Now moving on to our next story, Storm Helene. Now, Storm Helene has caused a lot of damage in America. Over 1.1 million homes and businesses are still without power in the U.S. Southeast and Midwest after Helene slammed into the Florida panhandle as a major hurricane on September 26. Those outages were down from around 1.7 million on Tuesday as utilities continue to restore power. In total, the storm knocked out services to around 5.5 million customers, predominantly in the Southeast. Helene's winds, rain, and storm surge killed more than 160 people. Now, according to Power Outage US, the utility with the most outages was U.S. energy company Duke Energy in the Carolinas, with about 287,732 customers still out in South Carolina and 234,000 still out in North Carolina. Now, Duke said that it had restored power to around 1.6 million customers in the Carolinas, and it is expected to restore the majority of remaining outages by Friday night. What you see on your screen right now are the major outages by state. Now, furthermore, tens of thousands of North Carolina residents remain without running water 6 days after Hurricane Helene slammed into Florida. Now, according to an online state database, 1/5 of the 1 million residents in the western half of North Carolina either had no water at all or low system pressure. In hard-hit Asheville, the municipal water supply system, which serves more than 150,000 people, was badly damaged. Many residents have been warned to expect dry faucets for days or even weeks while pipes are repaired. And those with water have been urged to boil it before consuming.
We were here up until about, 8:30?
Yeah.
8:30, the water come up to our steps. I'm like, we got 6 more hours of this rain. It's going to get higher. So we left, took my kids to my mom's, came back, got the dogs, came back. By the time we came back, the water was all the way up to our windows. And our neighbors were flooded out. The poor little lady next door, she was still in her house trying to mop out water.
Helene came ashore in Florida late on Thursday last week as a powerful Category 4 hurricane before turning its fury on much of the southeast as flash floods destroyed homes and ripped victims away from their families. Flooding and damages in North Carolina from Hurricane Helene could be seen in before and after satellite images released by Maxar Technologies. The storm washed out both the main pipes and backup pipes at North Fork, one of 3 water treatment plants serving the Asheville watershed. Another plant, Debril, could not be reached after the storm blocked the access road with debris. Both the state's National Guard and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers are helping to return the plants to normal operations. A volunteer firefighter recalled the immense power of the flood.
These boulders are the size of cars or houses even that are rolling down the river. There's the steel girders from the beams on the bridges. I just walked up there, hiked up the river, and they're betting horseshoe shapes around boulders. The sound of everything when it was going, like a locomotive that you couldn't see, you know what I mean? And it's not water at that point, it's mud, it's thick, concrete-like material, you know what I mean? So whatever it hits, it's taken.
As search and rescue teams continue to comb through wreckage for the missing and deliver water, food, and aid to residents, President Joe Biden visited the state to survey the situation.
I don't have to tell this group that Hurricane Helene has been a storm literally of historic proportions. The damage is still being assessed, but many people are still unaccounted for. So I'm here to say the United States, the nation, has your back. The nation has your back. We're not leaving your back on your feet completely.
Vice President Kamala Harris visited Augusta in Georgia following Hurricane Helene to meet with the victims and announce federal funds to cover local costs following the storm.
I am here to personally take a look at the devastation, which is extraordinary, and it is particularly devastating in terms of the loss of life that this community has experienced, the loss of normalcy, and the loss of critical resources. Today, I'm also announcing that the President has approved the Governor's request for 100% federal reimbursement of local costs. And Mayor, as you have pointed out, the burden to local governments, including the state government, is pretty immense. And so by announcing today and making the dedicated resources to cover 100% of local costs will have a huge impact on our ability to get relief to people as quickly as possible. And that will include, for example, what the federal government will do to reimburse local and state governments around issues like debris removal, which you can see just up and down this